want to see like the true impact that the school has on the kids and the community in general. And so I think that was a big reason why I want to do it. And I want to film it and see so everyone else can see it. Because Escuela Verde is a really cool place, and I want more people to be aware of it. And just to see the impact that you're having on these kids. And I think that's worth it.
Trip I think will be a great experience helping kids who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity, and I think it's great that I get to do it with 3 really good friends.
I really think that the kids are gonna be great. They're like mini avatars even. It's gonna be awesome. I really can't wait to help them.
I'm just so pumped because I can't wait to go and check out and see what all the buzz is about for this Escuela Verde, and just hanging out with the kids, running the sports camps, throwing down some J's. We got some basketballs for them, and then in the classrooms we'll be teaching them English and Spanish and science, math. It'll be just really great experience, I think, and I just can't say how excited I am to go embark on this adventure with Team Fresco.
At our first day of actually helping out with Escuela Verde, we dropped off all of our stuff. Just overall, the kids were pumped. I'm really excited to see tomorrow when we actually do the camp, so we get to hang out and teach the kids and play games with them on how they'll react. I think it's gonna be a cool experience.
We unpacked this morning, got all the books in the library. Pumped up the basketballs, all that stuff, and then later after school we're going to hang up the basketball hoops, which is going to be pretty cool.
We've worked really hard with some of the classes. I know I've worked with the 3rd through 6th grade class in their teaching Spanish, and I helped a lot of kids. They basically made an alphabet, like a dictionary, and they defined different letters or different words in Spanish, and it was really cool, just talking to them and communicating with them about, life here, and I asked and learned a bunch about the school from their perspectives, and it was just a really interesting experience for me to learn about kind of where all these kids are coming from.
Well, I like how the whole bilingual system works, and I think it's good for people who are good at Spanish and they want to learn English, and people who are good at English want to learn Spanish.
I like the school because I learn a lot of things.
It was really fun. I mean, we learned a lot of stuff ourselves, not necessarily academically, but we learned how just these kids can be so intelligent and diverse in a way, because you have kids who are primary language is English, and kids who are Costa Rican, and they just sit in a classroom together, and the way they can just go back and forth between languages just like that, it amazes me and stuff.
I think it's really great that we get to actually interact with the kids. The kids are great. Our 2-day camp last week went really well. I think most of them enjoyed it. There were some parts which were rather chaotic, but for the most part it was fun. And then also we've done a lot of handiwork around here. Steven and I went into the jungle and grabbed some lost balls of basketball, which was ridiculously difficult. We painted this basketball court, or we're in the process of painting it. And it kind of hit me earlier today that tomorrow's our last day, and then we're not coming back to this place, maybe ever, and which is a frightening thought, because this week's been really, it's been almost more than moving. This week is going to impact me for the rest of my life, and I've seen some really cool things. and I hope the Escuela Verde can take off to what Naomi wants it to be.
Bueno, con Sebastián, entonces tiene amigos que hablan inglés, entonces aprende demasiado fácil inglés acá. Se aprende mucho, la escuela está bien perfecta, muy segura y con muchas responsabilidades. Y entonces yo pienso que es una escuela bastante importante en la zona y que puede aprender muy bien los chicos.
I think it's like good to experience different languages and different people.
Piensa de aprender inglés en Costa Rica.
A veces es un poco difícil, pero es bien. Porque cuando usted tiene trabajos y hay personas que hablan inglés, te cuesta entender y trabajar.
There's the public school option, and there's also this option. And I don't know.
No, well, I think what it is that there's just a limited amount of options, and for what the curriculum is and what the resources spent doing it were, I think it ultimately yielded some positive results. That, you know, it's early in the stage, and we just had this building built, so it takes a little time before you can get some sort of performance evaluation, but I'm pleased so far.
I think it's the community. It's more of a family. Everyone it's a big family, and everyone knows each other, and everyone is very close. And I think that's just something very special about the school. And you guys know from being here for 2 weeks, you know how you'll always be a part of the school, and the kids here will always remember you. And I think that's the biggest thing that I found when I arrived, that the families were so welcoming, and it is so different from the U.S. where the expectations of the teacher are so separate from the family life.
And the mission is to have children who come out bilingual, and by that I also mean biliterate. In this particular area of Costa Rica, there are few opportunities for children who do not have the ability to speak English and some basic technology skills. And yet in this zone, there are no schools that teach any English other than very basic, and that's at the high school level. And that's very basic. It's not teaching them to be biliterate, to be able to read and write on an academic level. Cheryl and I both being Americans but permanent residents of Costa Rica, it's clearly very important for us, for our children, to have the ability to do a higher level education in the U.S. or anywhere else in the world. Now that we've grown to this size, there are 11 different languages here, so there's quite a few Europeans, and they too would like their children to be completely bilingual, biliterate for their futures. This particular area has, let's see, I think there are 3 banks which have opened in the last 2 to 3 years. There are a couple of hardware stores and a couple of supermarkets, and really that's about it. And in all of those cases, or I should say 97% or something like that, I haven't done a formal study, of the people who have English skills do not come from this area. All those people travel an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes away from a nearby town. Again, there is no one to hire locally because those people that live here never had an opportunity for a better education.